Okay, hey everyone. Hey everyone. Okay, it's working. Hey, welcome to our webinar today. We're streaming this on multiple platforms, so if you have any questions or anything you want to say, just type it in the chat box on the platform that you are on, and I will be able to see it from my side. Okay, I have it'll consolidate all the comments and messages for me, and I can talk to you guys. So, hi, hey everyone. I can't really see. Hey Kelly, I can't really see who else. Who's unless you guys say hi. I don't know who is on this webinar because again we are streaming on multiple platforms. Hey Jacob. Hey. We're streaming on multiple platforms, so I don't know who's on Facebook, who's on Vantage, and who's on I think there's some different Zoom if I'm not mistaken. And who's on YouTube. So do say hi so I know if you're in. All right, let's just wait for more people to join. I'll just give everyone else a minute to join, and then we can start. Hey Kelly, hey, just want to find out where you guys from and what time zone it is for you guys. Like, what time is it? Is it morning? Like, it's 5 p.m. here in Singapore, so I don't know if you guys had to wake up early for this. Okay, it's morning for some of you. Okay, I see. Well, good morning. Welcome to our webinar, and good job on the effort to learning how to trade better. Okay, that's a minute. I'm gonna start. Oh, 10 a.m. Okay, so 10 a.m. for Jacob, who's in the UK, and 1 p.m. for Kelly, who's in Mauritius. Wow, I really do want to visit. Been to UK a lot of times, but not Mauritius for sure. Okay, we got someone from Indonesia, about the same time zone, which is 4. I think you guys are 1 hour behind us, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, welcome everyone. Got someone. Okay, most of you are from the UK, I think. Okay, so I'm gonna start again. Hi everyone, welcome to our Monday weekly forecast as we talk about the key fundamental news events. Sorry, today's not Monday. I'm reading off the wrong slide. Today is Thursday, and today's actually live forecast. So we're doing live analysis, trading strategy clinic. So today we're going through, looking for setups and looking for trades to get in on. Okay, so the strategy, when we say trading strategy clinic, right? Trading strategy clinic, where I'm basically sharing the strategy that I use to grow my account and become profitable. Yeah, so sorry about that. Today's not fundamentals. Fundamentals are for Mondays. Okay, anyways, I'm gonna move straight to meeting the team. For those who don't already know us, I mean, I see a lot of regulars. It's funny. I see so many attendees, but I don't know which platform you guys are on. Because on YouTube, I only have the one on YouTube, and there's not many attendees. But here on this, I can see more, like so many of you. Okay. So yeah, do say hi. If not, I wouldn't know who's on and who's not. So yeah, for those who don't already know me, my name is Cass. I am from Everest Fortune Group. We're an award-winning research firm based in Singapore. We're a fintech company. We've won Best Research. Sorry, we are the finalists for Best Research for Forex and Equity for 2019, 2020, and 2021. Okay, so our team is led by our CEO, Desmond Leong. He's also our chief trader here. And there's basically me and a few of us that you guys have never met, because the rest of them don't really take Vantage. So what we do with Vantage is we're doing a partnership with Vantage where we do these webinars for you guys. Okay. We also, so in terms of technical analysis, we do a lot of research. We advise hedge funds, banks, brokerages like Vantage, okay, on where we think the markets are going. So whatever we share with you guys today is basically a lot of time spent on backtesting and seeing if things actually work. Okay, we only share things that work with you guys, so don't have to worry. Sorry, back to me. My name, you guys can call me Cass or you can call me Bob. Why Bob? For those who are my regulars, you know why my name is Bob is because there's two Cassandras here in our company. And to make life easier for everyone, I have took the liberty to name myself Bob to make everyone's life easier. Okay, I am a prop trader here and also a investment analyst. In terms of trading, I think I would have seen some success. I've passed FTMO and my Forex fund like 4 times already. So for those who don't know what these are basically prop trading tests that requires you to have a profit of more than 10% by the end of the month within a 1 month time frame, and not less, and not lose more than 5%. So you cannot have a drawdown of 5%. If you have a drawdown more than 5%, they immediately take your account away. Okay. So I've done that like multiple times, like 4 times, and I actually passed the test really quickly. I think it was like 6 or 8 days. I cannot remember. Okay, so I made like 10% in 6 or 8 days, passing the test immediately. Passing the test, and I took another one and I passed it again, and another one and I passed it again. Okay, so today basically when I share my strategy, it's basically the strategy that I use to pass these tests, right? So it is proven strategy it is a proven profitable strategy. And I hope you guys can benefit from this. And I hope you guys can implement it into your own trading style as well. If not, it's good to just know what other trading styles are out there. Okay, so we're going to move on to the disclaimer. You guys already know how this works. As usual, need to remind you guys that this webinar is purely educational and nothing in this webinar should be construed as investment or trading advice. So please do your own due diligence. Trading Forex or CFDs, especially if you're trading on margin, carries significant risk and it's not for all investors. So nowadays in my webinars, I like to remind you guys that I've recently found out, I recently just randomly Googled, right? I don't know how accurate this information is, but it is on Google. Apparently 96% of retail traders are not. Only 4% are profitable. Why I don't think this information is not accurate is because I think the number is closer to 1%. I think it's closer to only 1% are profitable. Okay, so I don't say this to scare you guys, but rather to encourage you guys to properly learn this skill, because it is not, I don't want anyone to think that this is a kind of like a get rich quick kind of thing. Like trading is not that. It also requires a lot of time and effort. So I say this as a reminder that you can be in that 1% or that 4% profitable trader if you put in the time and effort. It's the same with anything else in life, right? If you want to learn to swim, you just need to go to a pool and train and learn the basics, and eventually you'll be able to swim really fast. Okay, so it's the same concept with anything in life. It's just a reminder to tell you guys not to over leverage, not to risk your whole life savings, not to do any of that crazy stuff, because this is a dangerous game. Okay, so that is a disclaimer. I know it may be a bit much, but it really hits hard, especially during this time where I don't know if any of you are in crypto. If you are, do let me know in the chat box. Okay, UST, which is a cryptocurrency, is a stable coin, recently dropped like crazy in the last few days, and Luna, which is a cryptocurrency, dropped like crazy. It went from $120 to this morning it was 50 cents. Okay, that happened in less than a week. It only happened in a few days time. So it is dangerous. It is whatever we're doing is high risk, especially if it's crypto. Forex as well. I mean, Forex, you probably won't go to zero. It won't be that much, won't be that bad compared to like crypto. But yes, there is risk. And what I'm trying to say is like, when all of this was happening, I was just reading a lot of like articles online and a lot of comments on online, and a lot of them saying like, oh, I lost my life savings, like I don't get to put food on my table, blah blah blah, all of that, right? So please, please, please do be careful. Yes, that's why I want to spend a little bit more time on the disclaimer today to remind you guys that to be careful. Okay, do not over leverage. It's always 1 to 3% on the trade. Okay, so that's all I have for the introduction. We can move straight into the live charts. If you guys have any questions at any point of time throughout the webinar, you can just shoot in the chat box and I will answer you when I see. Okay. All right, can everyone see my screen? If you can, do let me know in the chat box. I mean, I don't see any reply from you guys. Also, because I think there is a lag. I realized after I speak, like your response comes in really slow. So I'm assuming it's because like it's like there's some kind of lagging time. Like it takes 10 to 15 seconds for whatever I'm saying to get to you guys, and then it takes some time for you guys to reply as well. So I'm assuming the screen is okay for everyone because I'm on YouTube on my phone and I can see the screen working. Okay, again, if you guys have any instrument or any forex pairs you guys want to look at, do drop it in the chat box and I will go through those pairs. Okay, it can be anything. It can just be like you wanting to, hey Akhtar, welcome. It can be just like a pair you're already in and you just want a second opinion of where you think price is going, or it can be a pair that you're currently looking at and you think it's a buy or you think it's a sell and you just want a second opinion of where you think it's going. Okay, so you guys can drop your request in the chat box and I will do that when I see it. You guys don't have any requests though. that's that's so strange. Usually by now there will be like 5 requests at least. I don't know if it's like something to do with the chat box or what. Okay, anyways, if you guys don't have any requests, I'm just gonna randomly look at AUD USD because it's on. Okay, there's so many pairs. Like there's so many forex pairs to look at, right? But AUD USD is usually the first because it's starting with A, right? So we can look at AUD USD and see. Okay, we've got a request on UCAT. If anything, UCAT is bullish at this current point of time. So we can look at this. One thing to take note of, I realized in the last few days, USD has been very bullish. Okay, all the pairs, all the USD pairs, if you're going against the USD, that pair usually drops, which is what is happening with AUD and USD CAT, which I was just analyzing before this webinar. Was I saw it on an uptrend, so because there was a lot of bullish strength with the USD, so that's one thing to take note. Okay, let's just analyze USD CAT straight since it's already a request. Let me get rid of this. Oh, okay. I probably drew this a long time ago, but it played out. The first support would have been my entry. First resistance would have been my take profit. Okay. USD CAT, let's go on the bigger time frame to see if we can find a trend biasness. So immediately I see an uptrend. I do see this uptrend. I do see price moving in a channel. Okay, if any point of time you guys see anything, you guys can highlight to me. Okay, because like for example, I'm so focused on drawing this trend line, I didn't see like a head and shoulder. I didn't see like a double top, a double bottom, or whatever it is. Okay, you guys can highlight to me if you see anything that I missed. Right? So it's definitely moving in a channel. So I am biased that it is bullish and there is bullish pressure, but take note that depending on how you draw your channel, it is either already at our close to our resistance area, or there's still a bit of room to go. Okay, it just depends. So I can safely say that it's close to our resistance zone. Okay, I would say this is an entire zone. That means that there might be some bearishness happening if it respects this channel, right? If it respects this channel. If it doesn't respect this channel, it just means it's gonna break and we can continue in for a buy. Okay, so that's the only thing I want to take note of with the daily. Oh, sorry. Other than that, I want to take note that it broke this resistance here. So there was a resistance that it has recently broken. So usually when I see a I think there's a head and shoulder pattern forming on 1 hour. Okay, we can go to the 1 hour in a bit. Just give me a moment. Let me just collect as much information as I can on the daily charts first. So we can see that there's a break here. So the thing that I want to look out for with a break is that a break, a retest, and I get in with the retest, and then I play that movement, right? But it seems like that retest has already happened. If you can't see it, it's actually this red candle right here. So it's a break, and that red candle came back to retest, and now it's on its way back up. If it's not clear, you can change it to a line chart and you will see it. For the line chart, you won't see the wicking, but they would for the candlestick chart, there was wicking, which was the retest. Okay, we'll change it back to the candlesticks. Other than the break of this resistance and this channel, there's nothing else significant that I want to bring forward. This looks like it was gonna be a double bottom. Didn't really form very well, so we're not gonna take note of that. Actually, is this a double bottom? Yes, it is a double bottom. I almost didn't see that. Okay, this might be a double bottom. Okay. Right. Good news is that when we spot double bottoms, okay, it means that it's a reversal trend. Reversal trend meaning it was on a downtrend. It was in a downtrend. Okay, you see a double bottom. Usually after the double bottom, it will be the start of an uptrend. Okay, which seems to be happening right now. But take note, if it was to continue up, it means it need to break out of the channel, which would definitely confirm our bullishness for this pair. Okay, so there is a double bottom. It has broken that part. If I saw this earlier on, I would have entered here for the buy. Right? I would have entered here for a buy. I didn't. I'm only seeing this now. That's totally fine. Right? Yeah, there's definitely a lot of bullishness with the UCAD. With the USD CAD, there's definitely a lot of bullishness going on. So that's one thing to take note of. Let's go on to the 4 hours to see if we can spot anything. Nothing much on the 4 hours, to be honest. Other than this break here. This break here and retest. I would have gotten in on the retest. Let's see if there's new information we can take note of. We're gonna go down to the 1 hour today because since Jacob is saying that there might be a head and shoulder there, let's just go down all the way to the 1 hour today. Usually I stop at the 4 hours because I feel like 1 hour sometimes can just be scalping, right? I'm more of a day trader than a scalper. Okay, let me see if I can post something from here. Not much of a significant move. I think the buy kind of already happened. Okay, but let's see if we can get in on an entry for a buy. If it comes back and retest, then yeah, I think we should be okay for a buy because so many indications of bullishness at this current point of time. But right now, if I have to call a trade right now, definitely nothing right now. The best entry is here. The best entry is this red line where the 23.6% is, right? where price came back to a few times. If it comes back the third time, depending on how the candlesticks close, right? Depending on how the candlestick closes, like if it closes with a super strong bearish candle, do not get in for the buy. Okay, if it get price gets here and there's so much rejection going on, there's going to be like a lot of rejection, then yeah, get in for the buy. Okay, get in for the buy. Okay, so that's that with the 4 hours. Let's see if the 1 hour can try to look for price. Kind of looks like it's just ranging in this area, right? It's just moving in this area, like there's a limit here. There's a resistance in this area. I would say this is a resistant area. Okay, price looks like it's at the resistant area. So I do not want to short this. I do not want to short this because I do not want to go against trend. Okay, I do not want to go against trend. Oh, sorry. You were saying, Jacob was saying that there's a head and shoulder here. I'm trying to spot the head and shoulder. Head and shoulder is a M pattern, right? It's an M pattern. I don't like, I mean, it kind of looks, no, I wouldn't consider this a head and shoulder. Sorry, not M pattern. That's double top. Give me a sec. I don't really see the head and shoulder. Just I'm trying to see it from a different point of view. I don't really see the head and shoulder. Is this the shoulder and then this is the head, and this would be a really funny looking right shoulder then? Or is this the shoulder? Is this the head? And then this is the other shoulder? No, I think I don't see a very clear head and shoulder, so I'm not gonna take the head and shoulder into consideration. Inverse head and shoulder? Okay. I don't see it, and that's totally fine. I do think there is bullish pressure. I would probably only get into this trade if it comes back here, right? If it comes back here in this area, and I'll get in for a buy. And I'm hoping that it kind of breaks and continues this channel because of that double bottom, this double bottom here, right? Because of this double bottom here on the daily charts. Okay, so I'm just bullish that I'm just biased that it's bullish. Okay, just biased that it's bullish. Other than that, nothing much. Can't really call for any trade for this until price comes out and retests. Okay, that's that for UCAT. GBP, let's look at GBP EUR requested by Martha. Hey Martha, I feel like you used to join a lot of our webinars. I don't know if you were joining the last ones because nobody talked in the last webinar, right? So EUR, GBP EUR, what I like about this trade is, one, it's not a US pair. I'm not too keen with the US pair these days. Like, fundamentally, the US, the recession rate is crazy, right? Like, inflation is so crazy. I just don't understand why the US dollar is still rising. Why is it still so strong if the country's inflation is like, the country's economy is clearly suffering? So like, I'm conflicted with the US dollars. I think I much prefer like non-US pairs, at least at this current point of time. Okay. That being said, if I do see a setup, I will still get in, even if it's a US pair. Okay, so first things first, I do see a channel. It's a very clear channel. There was a break of the channel, which is good. I love it when they do breaks, right? Breaks is just a confirmation of, oh, sorry, this channel was not drawn the best, right? This is probably the better way to draw it. let me adjust it. Okay, because the channel is not supposed to break. Not supposed to break structure. If I draw it that way, then the bottom part. Okay, let me try to draw this channel where it fits the top and the bottom better. Okay, this is the best I can do for now. 2 touches on top. Oh, yeah. 3 at the bottom. That's a valid channel because you need 2 on top and 2 at the bottom. Okay. There was a recent break indicating bearishness. Usually after the break, what I want to do is wait for the retest and then get in on the sell on the retest. Okay, I find that that works a lot of time. A lot of times it works. The retest, getting in on the retest works fairly well. Okay, other than that, let me just highlight some horizontal levels that we might be able to use on the 4 hours. There's a resistance right there. This next support is here. I think we're good for now. Let's see if the 4 hours is saying anything. Okay, this resistance would need to be moved down now. Let me see if already did 127. Right? Oh, okay. Oh, this would have been such a nice trade, guys. This would have been such a nice trade that we missed. So, I don't know if I've already shared this strategy with you guys here on Vantage. Okay, it's a very, I use this, I missed the last one. That's okay. That's okay. This would have been a very nice trade. So usually I play the Nike tick. So Nike tick, you know Nike, the brand Nike, like the shoes, right? It looks like a tick. Well, it is a tick. So usually if I see a Nike tick or an inverse Nike tick, which is basically the same thing but like the other way around, okay? Usually when there's a Nike tick, which is a Fibonacci extension to the 128, what it usually does is there's always some kind of reaction on the 128. Okay, there's some kind of reaction. So can you see that price did that Nike take, that inverse Nike take, came to the 127 and it bounced a little. So what we would do here at Everest Fortune Group in our company, we would focus on catching this bounce. It looks like a very small move, but if you catch 10 of this in a day, your account is going to grow a lot. Right? How do we know where to catch it to? We usually play it to the 23%. See? Nice. It worked very nicely. So we spot the Nike tick. We get in here at the Nike tick and we play it to the 23%. Okay, didn't exactly touch the 23%, but our take profit is usually below the 123% anyway. So this would have worked really, really nicely. Right? It looks like price is doing another Nike tick right now. So let's see if can get in on this. Okay, if anything, it looks like it is already moving. Okay, so Nike tick right here. Right? To do that, we need to find the 127.2 level. Okay, the 127.2 level. Look, it's happening again. So price did that Nike tick on the 127. It happens so many times, guys. If you are trading on your own, if you're charting on your own, you ever see this Nike tick, my advice to you is to take it. Okay, I can safely say to you guys, like 10 times I take this Nike tick trades, 8 times it hits my take profit. Okay, 8 times it's correct and it hits my take profit. Okay, so this strategy, you get in here. I'm sorry we would have missed this one as well. If I took you guys 4 hours ago, then yes, I would have saw this. I would have saw this and we would have been in this trade for this buy. Okay, so once you spot the Nike tick, you go to the highest part, the swing high, pull it down, and then pull out the 23.6%. Pull it out, and that is your take profit. So you would have been playing from, I know it looks tiny. It looks like it's not a big move, right? It looks like it's not a big move, but honestly, you just have to catch a few of this and like your account, you could be making quite a bit of profits in the day, right? So if I'm scalping, this is what I look for. You would have gotten out here at a 23.6%. Anyways, today's topic is trading strategy clinic. So this is one of the strategies that we do use here at Everest. Okay, why do we only play it to the 23%? Because there are a lot of times as well, we have found that after the Nike tick, after that zigzag move to the 23.6%, it usually continues with the trend. Okay, it usually turns back and continue at the 23.6%. Okay, so that's why we only play to the 23.6%. We don't play it any higher than the 23.6%. And whatever happens after the 23.6%, it doesn't bother us, because the move that we are trying to catch is this small move here. Okay, is this small move here. So in this case, it went above the 23.6%. Let me see if there could be anything we can play. Okay, so one thing, this is one strategy. The Nike tick is one strategy I play. The other strategy that I play is playing the continuation from the 61.8%. Okay, so grab your fib retracement, go to the swing high. I'll take this part. I'll pull it here. I pull out the 61.8%. Okay, I get in here at the 61.8% for a short, okay, for a continuation of trend. Okay, so that is another strategy that I've recently found works very well. So it is approaching our 61.8%. You can consider getting in for the short here, right? You can consider getting in for the short here. Where do I short it to? I usually short it back to minimally to this swing low here. If you're being very conservative, the other place you can short to is the negative 50%. Okay. Oh, why isn't my negative line coming out? Negative? Yeah, there you go. So the negative 50%, which is right here. Okay. And which is actually our next support area as well. So it would work nicely. So you will be able to catch this entire move here. Okay. You will be able to catch this entire move here. Okay. Here's the catch I found with this strategy, with playing the 61.8%. I realized it works very well when the US markets are open. So the US market opens at 9:30 a.m. New York time. Okay, I realized this strategy works the best. Last month when I was back testing this strategy, where you play the continuation from the 61.8% back to the negative 50%, okay, I would have gotten a 10% profit that month. Okay, if you were playing this on the New York session, this strategy works very well on the New York session. After back testing it, with all the losses, with all the wins, you would be able to make 10% just from this one strategy alone. Okay, this is playing the 61.8%. The Nike tick I find is also good. Nike tick so far works on all times of the day. Okay, it works on all times of the day. There would have been a Nike tick here. There would have been a Nike tick here. There would have been a Nike tick. Let me see here. Nike ticks happen so often. Like, you would have been able to make money here, make money here, make money here. Okay. It's really very accurate. If I pull this, that would most likely be the 127 point. Oh, it's not. It's the 161. Okay, so sometimes the Nike tick doesn't bounce off the 127.2. This is the 2 times that it doesn't. Out of 10 times I spot the Nike tick, I would say 8 times it hits take profit. Right? Out of 8 times it hits take profit. And I would have been able to make some. Okay, so this one didn't really work out, but you can see that it's basically that zigzag pattern that we were looking for. Okay, with this strategy where you're playing the 61.8 continuation, you guys can consider it. I just want you guys to take note that I've back tested it and it works very well on the New York session. Right now it's not the New York session. It's like 4 hours to the New York session, right? So if you want to play this trade, it's entirely up to you. I just need you guys to know that I wouldn't, because I've only tested it on the New York session. Other than that, I do think the general bias is short, right? I do think for sure this is a short. Like, there is so much bearishness in the current charts right now. But in terms of looking for a entry right now, this is the only one I can find for you. The minimal can play it back to the swing low, which is, it could just be one candlestick or it can be 3 candlesticks. Okay, you can play this entire area. You can put your stop loss here on top. You can just take this as your stop loss. Stop loss, possible entry here, and take profit 1, take profit 2. Okay, so these are your possible take profits. Other than that, nothing much for GBP Eur. Sorry, just give me a sec. I forgot we always need to back it up with indicators. Right, okay. Ichimoku is agreeing that it's a short. RSI, let's see what RSI is saying. RSI not really saying much, to be honest. RSI could be saying it's a short. Yep, it is a short for RSI. RSI is saying that you could short from here. So Ichimoku is in agreement, RSI is in agreement. Let's see if stochastic is saying anything. Nothing much for stochastics. Nothing much for stochastics. It is at a kind of like a support area here. But other than that, no, because you need to take note that stochastics also still has a lot of room to drop, so it could also be indicating a drop. So I think this is an okay possible short. How confident am I? Because it's not New York session, right? Because I've tested and it works really well on New York session. I think I would say maybe like 65% confident, 70% confident that of this sell. Okay. Other than that, yeah, nothing for GPEUR. Okay, let's move on to EUR USD. EUR USD. Oh, nice. Recent break of support here. That's very nice. Let's get rid of everything so we're not confused. We don't have a bias of anything. Downtrend for sure. If you guys see an uptrend, do let me know. If you see an uptrend, let me know. I personally don't see an uptrend, I only see a downtrend. Let's look at the 4 hours. Okay, it looks like price was ranging a bit here and it finally decided to break, which is a good thing, right? It's a good thing because now we have a general bias of where we think price is going. That wasn't the best. Like, this is not the best area. Okay, I'm just gonna highlight this because price came here and cut through it. Okay, the best would have just been this area here. So price was kind of ranging, and it breaks down. Usually what I would be looking for is the retest and I get in for the short. But looking at how bearish this candle is, looking at how, do you see how strong and red this candle is? Looking at the bearish momentum that is present right now, I think it'll just continue pushing it down all the way. Okay, I think that's more likely what's gonna do. If somehow this turns green and comes back and retests, that should be a chance for an entry for a short. Okay, where do you short it to? Let's find out. Let's find out where to short it to. Right. Oh, look, it is exactly at the Nike tick. Will it reverse from here? Okay, so there's a Nike tick right here. Usually with a Nike tick, we play it back to here. We play it back to the 23.6%. I really would want to do this, but looking at how much bearish momentum is present, it's kind of making me a little nervous, right? So usually with this Nike tick strategy, our stop loss will be placed at 1.382, okay, which is 138.2 Fib extension level. So usually I'll put my entry right here, which is right now. I'll get in right now. My stop loss will be slightly below. Okay, slightly below. So this is my entry, and my take profit will be slightly below the 23.6 as well. Take profit. Okay. There's just so much bearishness. Let me see what's happening on the small time frames. Nope. Just red all the way. Yeah, no. Because remember, whenever I'm looking for a trade, my last confirmation is candlesticks pattern. Okay, that's always my last confirmation. I find the setup first. I back it up with Fibonacci levels. I back it up with indicators, right? Look, stochastics might be saying that it's a buy. Okay, I back it up indicators. Stochastics isn't saying anything. Possible support area. I back it up indicators. I back it up with, let's see what other things could be saying that this is a buy. Not really, nothing other than stochastics. Let's see the MACD. Nope, MACD is pretty bearish. Okay, stochastics is agreeing with us, right? Stochastics. Just give me a sec. Let me back test this settings for a bit. For using this settings based on stochastics, this is really an area to buy. Okay, this is an area to buy right now. If we're using our usual 2153, it could possibly be an area to buy, but it also looks like there's a lot of room for it to drop. Okay, it is at a support area on the stochastics. It is at a support area. So this is one thing you guys can consider. Okay, if you want to get in on this buy, one thing, let's weigh the pros and cons. The pros is I've tested this strategy 10 times. 8 times it goes to my take profit. Okay. What is maybe stopping you from getting in is because there's so much bearishness happening. Like, look at how red this candle is. Red. Okay. Another thing that may give you a bit confidence of getting in is stochastics, saying that it is. Look at it. It looks like it's working out. Okay. This is a trade you can consider. It's entirely up to you if you want to get in. I actually might get in. Like, after this webinar, if it's still in this area, I would need to see how the candlestick looks like in a bit, and I'll get in. But honestly, from that time I was talking, from the time I was considering whether they should get in, if you got in now at that wick where it just touched, you would be like 8 pips in profit now, right? That's totally fine. There's still a lot of room. So yeah, this is one trade you can consider. Okay, that's that with Euro USD. Just give me a sec. Actually, I might just enter this trade. might consider, let me just write it down, to enter this trade after this. Okay. Okay. I decided to get into this trade because I do think it's a good trade, right? So if you are on the fence, just know that I myself got in already. Okay. Just know that I myself got in. Sorry guys, just give me a sec. I also want to get in on this trade with you guys for whoever is getting in on this. Okay. That's that with Euro USD. If you guys have any other requests, we can look at it again. We can look at your request. If not, I do think I do remember seeing something on gold. I do remember seeing something on gold. Let's see if it works. And Forex. I prefer using forex.com. For those who got it, I hope that Euro USD trade plays out. If not, it's fine too. Oh, look, another Nike tick. Another Nike tick that played out. So look at this. Nike tick 127.2 bounce exactly on 127.2, and it would have reached the 23.6. So it looks like we missed this one as well, right? It looks like we missed this. This would have been like quite a trade. You get in at the 1833, right? 1834, and then you play it to 1850. Okay, this is a very, very good one. We missed it as well. So usually when I'm playing the Nike tick, what happens is I only play again. I played 23.6, and then I stop looking at these charts, right? Because whatever happens after the 23.6, it doesn't matter to me anymore. Do you notice that every time when it reaches the 23.6, this price started to go sideways? Because from the 23.6, that's when people don't know if it's going to continue going down or if it's going to continue going up. So I don't want to be those people who is there as well wondering, is it going to go up or going to go down? I only wanted to catch this move from here to here. Okay, so with gold, I think this is over already. Regardless, let's analyze these charts for those who are new here. Other than the Nike Tech strategy and the 61.8 strategy that I have recently found out I've recently backtested and realized that it works very well. The other strategy that I use, and I use on most of my webinars as well. If you're a regular, you already know this strategy. So the strategy would be to look for the trend. Okay, with gold, I don't really see a trend. Okay, I do see a trend. It's an uptrend. It is an uptrend. It's a very nice uptrend as well. Okay, so it's an uptrend and gold. So the first thing I want to do is look for my general bias of trend. So I think it's an uptrend. Now I go down to the smaller time frame and see if I see anything. Here's the problem. I do see something. Oh, nope, it doesn't link. It doesn't link very well. So there is like a forming downtrend as well. So on the 4 hours, it looks like price is moving in a triangle, right? It looks like it's moving in a triangle. Okay, if not, it looks like it's moving on a parallel channel. So on the big time frame, which is the daily there is bullishness, but on the 4 hours there is bearishness. Okay, so long term uptrend, short term downtrend. Okay, so that is my bias for now. So after I found my bias, I'm gonna get rid of this. After I found my bias, I now want to look for an entry. Okay, so because I'm on a short-term downtrend based on this channel here, okay, based on this channel, I will now look for an entry for a sell. Okay, so this is the other strategy that I usually use when looking for trades, and this is also the strategy that I use to pass all those tests that I was talking to you guys about earlier on. I only Nike ticks and the 61.8% continuation strategy works very well, but I did not discover that until this year. Okay, I only discovered that this year. That works very well. My old strategy works well as well. Okay, I'm sure some of you have joined my webinars and have caught some trades. So right now, based on horizontal levels, when I'm playing this strategy, my strategy is to prioritize horizontal levels. Okay, horizontal levels meaning support and resistance, looking for swing highs and swing lows. Okay, that's my priority. My priority is always horizontal levels, and then the overall trend, and then I use Fibonacci Confluence. So Fibonacci Confluence is my bread and butter when I was using this strategy. Okay, so looking for Fibonacci Confluence is a great way to look for entry. Okay, it's a great way to look for entry. So I'm gonna now look for Fibonacci Confluence on gold to see if there's a possible entry for a sell. There might be a possible entry for a sell here. Just give me a sec to try to line things up better. Okay, I'm gonna get rid of all of this so that things are a little clearer. I do think that if anything, okay, this would be quite an okay trade, right? It would be an okay, a possible trade. Sorry, let me get the brush. So I'm thinking price might get up to this level and then just reverse a little back to this trend line, okay, which would be this horizontal line, where this horizontal and this trend line lines up together. My bias right now is price might go up from here, might, okay, this is like what I think will happen, might go up from here, reverse back to this trend line, and then from here reverse again. Okay, that is my bias for now. So unless price goes here, I won't even consider a sell. I won't be doing anything at this current point of time. So from here, I don't know if price is going to go down. I don't know if price is going to go up. But if price goes up, I'm going to consider sell from here. If price goes down, I'm going to consider a buy from here. Okay? Where do I put my stop loss for these possible trades? The stop loss for the sell will be up here. We're just above here. The stop loss for the buy will be just below here. Okay, because for price to even reach this area, it will need to break this ascending trend line first. But take note that gold wicks a lot. Gold wicks a lot. So just because the body closes above 1835, sometimes the wicks can go so low, it can wick down to like 1812, hits your stop loss, and then just continues in that direction that you initially thought anyways, right? You have plotted anyways. Okay, so that's one thing to consider with gold, that the wicks are very long and it's a little dangerous if you're putting a really tight stop loss. So what I can recommend is can give yourself a little bit of breathing space because it is gold. Okay, if not, the only thing I'll consider is waiting for it to come to either one of this area, and then I can consider a buy or a sell from either one of this area. Again, wait for the confirmation. The confirmation is the candlesticks. Okay, you need to wait for price to get to one of this area, wait for the rejection like this. This is a rejection. Okay, this is a rejection. All this wicking, these are rejections. Okay, for price to reject that area it's going to. So you want to wait for price to come here, reject, do a lot of wicking, reject, come out with reversal patterns, candlesticks, and then you can enter here for a buy. Okay, unless price does that, do not enter for a buy. Okay, same thing. It's the same thing. If price comes here, a lot of rejection going on, a lot of rejection, long wicks, you can enter for a sell. I do think this is a probable sell if price does go there. Okay, because one, there's 2 Fibonacci levels in that area. 2, it is where the descending channel is. Okay, so I'm hoping price respects this channel. Okay, and 3, because it is an overall downtrend anyways on the 4 hours. Okay, so let's back up whatever we're saying with some indicators, right? RSI showing a bit of bullishness. Let me see. Sorry, MACD was showing bullishness. RSI showing a break of the downtrend. Okay, so this could actually just be bullish. This could be quite bullish. Stochastics not saying much. Again, indicators not saying much other than RSI saying that it's bullish, MACD saying that it's a little bullish. There is bullish pressure. Okay, there is bullish pressure. So it could be the bullish pressure should just push it. It could be that the bullish pressure pushes it to this area and then you enter for a sell. Again, wait for the confirmation. If it gets here, wait for a confirmation. You don't see rejection, it means that price is going to break from here. Okay, so only get in if you see that confirmation. Other than that, there's nothing much from me anymore. So let's go back to Eur Usd. Let's see how it's doing. Right, I hope that's working well. Okay, it's just still in our 127.2 area. Hasn't done much since. I hope it reverses from here because I already got in that trade. And whoever of you got in, I hope this works out. If not, it's fine too. It's fine because if you're using proper risk to reward, it's totally fine. Also because we're only getting into trades based on probability, right? Based on backtesting, based on probability, based on what we see has worked in the past, right? So we're only getting such trades. So if we get stopped out, it's totally fine because we had reason to get in. Okay, so if you are already in this, if you were in that trade, if you got into this trade with me earlier on, the risk to reward would have been 1 to 2. That means if you have 100,000 account, if we win this trade, you would have made $2,000. If you lose, you would have lost $1,000. Okay, because you're risking 1 to 2, or rather 1 to 2.22. Okay, yeah. Other than that, this is the one trade I have for you guys, and yes, okay. I will catch you guys on. Let me see. I think it's Monday. I'll catch you guys on Monday for the news update, right? For the news and market update. And then the next class will be Tuesday. So I'll catch you guys next week. Do like and share whichever platform you guys are on. Please like and share because it will really help our algorithm. And Vantage Markets will be more than happy to let us do more of these webinars for you guys. Okay, I'll catch you guys next week. Thanks, Martha. Thanks, Akbar. Thanks, Akhtar. Thanks, Jacob. Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Joe. Thanks, John. I will catch you